Alright, welcome to Bionicle. Not Bionicle the game, contrary to the thread title. And not Bionicle Quest for the Masks. This game is, for some reason, just called Bionicle. I guess it represents the sum totality of all that Bionicle is. So Bionicle was a series of toys released by LEGO from 2001 to, I think, 2009. It was their first, heavily story-focused product, and was also kind of an early-ish pioneer in cross-promotional media, where, along with the toys, it had comics and, games, like this one, and several others, and web flash animations. And it was pretty cool, because it was about robots with magic powers. This game is developed by Argonaut Software and published by EA. Argonaut actually seems to be kind of an interesting developer. They developed the original Star Fox, I think? Something like that. I was looking them up a couple days ago. And they dissolved the year after this game came out. This game covers the 2002 and 2003 storylines. That's actually 3 storylines, 2 years. But covers is a strong word. This game is probably missing about 2/3 of its content, I suspect. And if you hear any audio problems, like clicks or distortions, that's not my setup. That's the game. Yeah, wow. I've heard this title screen music uncompressed, and it sounds pretty good. This sounds like it was recorded in the world's ringiest thing that's made of metal and rings. I was going somewhere with that sentence, but I didn't end anywhere with it. Let's get started. This game's FMVs do not have subtitles. It's very subtle, but I added my own. This sort of talking is sort of a version of sort of the legend that's the premise of the early parts of the Bionicle storyline. Presented in, I think, the worst way I've ever seen it.
Help! Something is chasing me. You have to stop it.
So if you've seen the Bionicle toys, they look really cool. This game's designs look pretty bad. That's partly because they're based on the style of the Bionicle Mask of Light movie that came out this same year. And partly because no one who worked on this game was competent.
Still flows through my being. I'll save you.
We are in great danger. Let us travel back to our Wahi and deal with Makuta's dark threat once and for all.
So, Bionicle as a franchise is known for having, an unbearable amount of, lore and terms that make it incomprehensible. It's quite understandable. The term Wahi does not show up very much, because it's sort of needlessly confusing. The Koro are the villages on the island. And then the Wahi is sort of the area that the village is in, the region. So, this is Ta-Wahi, and Ta-Koro is the village. Wahi does not come up very much because it's sort of needlessly confusing. Here the people making the game got a list of all the terms and sort of went out of their way to use them all.
Tahu, spirits of fire, the Ta-Matoran have fled from the Borok.
Do not worry, Taragabakama. I will see to their safety.
Oh man, this game's voice acting is beautiful. So this game has pickups. They're called coins. No, well, they're called light stones, but they're coins. There are a certain number in every level. In Tahu's, there are 100. You get a particular reward for reaching a target number of light stones in each level. In this case, you don't need to get all of them in any level, I don't think, but 90 will get you the trailer for Bionicle Mask of Light in glorious 10p, or whatever that video has been compressed into. These tutorial messages, by the way, cannot be sped up or skipped. So now we come to the game's like one interesting idea, which is its the basic flow or the basic rhythm of its battle system. It's how should I put it? It's kind of like Dark Souls, or it's very, very rhythmic. These enemies are way too weak to demonstrate it well, but the idea, basically, is that you have your shield, which will absorb any attack, and your attacks, which use up elemental energy. So, not only does the shield nullify the attack, but it also refills your energy bar. By about half, I think. So there, it tells me that if I do my combo real good, I can shoot a multi-bolt. I've seen this before. I've never been able to do it since I most recently picked it up. So there you can see that I clearly got hit, but I didn't take damage. I don't know why. That just happens sometimes. Along with the light stones, there are two other pickups. The Mask of Elemental Energy, like I got there, which is a refill to your energy and health. And also the Amanavolo spheres, which are just little blue glowing blobs of energy, and they refill 2 health. Like, there's one there. Alright, there's something you can get to happen with this canister here, and we're gonna see if I can manage to do it. Nope, I was just a little too slow. There's one time when I was... So I guess I'll explain the context. Usually when you hit a canister, there's a needlessly long cutscene that shows you what came out and where it landed, but for this canister there isn't. And so I noticed that when I was doing my test recordings, and so I was like, I made a mental note to turn the camera so you could see, oh, there's a bunch of light stones and where they're landing. When I did that, the canister just didn't trigger, and so that would presumably either be because your shots are deactivated if they're off camera, or if object like hit detection doesn't work when it's off camera. But I wasn't able to show that. In this fight, there's a very high probability that these guys' shots will just disappear before they reach you. I don't know why.
We need Rahi power to open this door.
So this is Takua. He's a very important character in sort of the Bionicle storyline. Maybe like the most important character. He's the main character of the Mask of Light movie. He's also the main character of... Actually, he's the main character of like all the games that came out in 2001, I think. There was supposed to be sort of like the flagship Bionicle game, Bionicle Legend of Matanui, that was about the Toa, but it got cancelled. It's very interesting. It's very interesting stuff. Only in the past couple years, like a beta disc was like obtained. Actually, some fans have got it like working. I haven't really played it. I might let's play if I can. I might let's play that at some point. This seems like it should do something. It doesn't. Tahu came out of this at the start of the level, so it would really make you think that maybe it could like teleport you back to the beginning, and then Takua said we needed to rescue some Matoran, and like that would be what that's for. But no, not as far as I can tell. So this door doesn't open. We need... There we go. You can see running on this treadmill actually makes it open, but then it closes again, so gotta do something about that. Man, this game's animations are just amazing. Yep, yes, got everything over there. So there are not a lot of different enemies in this game. I think there are the Bionicle wiki credits 9, I think, which is pretty generous. Also, even if there are that many, not a lot of differences in behavior. They work pretty much all exactly the same. These guys are called Hoto bugs. They're actually canonically immune to heat. They feed on heat, which means that Tahu can't really do anything about them. Here, because all the Toa just shoot laser blasts, I guess he can. I don't think I need to pick up all these light stones now, you know, where you have these platforms moving and it's very treacherous. But, you know, I'm a pro gamer, so I think I will. You need to be like you need to actually be very close before this guy's like laser beam attack actually like hurts you. If you're far enough away, it'll like just sort of pass through you harmlessly. Alright, well, Tahu is clearly crushed. Oh no, he's fine. These are Nui Kopen. They're giant wasps. They're supposed to be like 3 or 4 times bigger than this. Alright, what's coming up here is actually can be maybe one of the most difficult fights in the game. You can see an energy field like surrounding these columns. By the way, you should, if you want to get all the light stones, and there's no reason to, also there's no reason to play this game, you should do it now because you'll be teleported away at the end. Anyway, once you defeat those Hoto bugs, the shield just disappears on these columns, and as you can see, it crushes the scorpion underneath. Otherwise, you would have to fight all of them. Tahu's mouth is moving here like he's supposed to be saying something, but he's not. And then to magically do something, and then that happens. Alright. Also, there's an Volosphere there, and then it disappears. That happened on one of my previous takes, so I guess that's just a thing that happens. Speaking of things that happen, here's the skybox. And now, you can see the Matoran have built for us this. And him running on this treadmill opens this door. That is, if you're curious, not an actual canonical part of the Bionicle universe. That is not a thing that they do. But I guess it works for a game. Alright, it's time for our boss fight against a bunch of Borok. A bunch of Korok specifically. This should be easy. I guess I've played this game way too many times at this point, at least this early level, way too many times to judge if something's easy or not. All of these guys, oof. These guys drop health when they're defeated, so. You can, if you're very quick, I think, yep, you can. If you're very quick, you can hit these guys before they do even one attack, although obviously their attacks do need to come in from time to time so that you can recharge your energy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And, yeah, so this is this fight. Just a whole bunch of this. Which I guess is a summary of this game. It's good to hit these guys a little early because then they may only shoot one of those purple energy discs instead of two, or maybe even three. And then that's much easier to block because if you hold down the shield too long, you'll just start recharging. It's the same button. And it's not like that timer like pauses while you're deflecting an attack. That's something that a game that was actually designed would do. And this game was not designed. It was... I wouldn't even say it was assembled. Yeah! Woohoo!
Akrana. Oh, what's it doing to my mind? I must tell the others. Chronicler, sightseeing, are you?
Tahu.
That sightseeing are you line is for some reason copied from directly from Mask of Light's script. I think it was kind of a meme. I don't really know. I was too young to know if it was or not, but I'm pretty sure it is at least a meme in my heart. But that said, we have come to the end of Tahu's quest of level 1. Be back next time for level 2, Kopaka snowboarding. See you then.
Chronicler! Sightseeing, were ya?